17th of July 2023, and I am sitting outside in my home in Augustine Heights in Australia. It's 7:29 exactly p.m. And don't ask me why, but I wanted to record at night. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I want to record at night in the dark. Pointing to the camera to absolutely nothing is going to be somewhat pointless, I guess, but obviously for those that come on to view something, you weren't going to get anything. So I'm like, okay, what's the next best thing? And I thought about a candle, light. And it seems to tie in really well with what I'm going to be storytelling about. That little bell you probably hear is my kitty cat. I can't see, I can see her now. You may not be able to, but she might come into shot depending on how the light catches. The sound of the night and the silence is really, really beautiful. I'm not sure if you can hear the crickets. I was actually hoping tonight would rain because I wanted to have the rain, and it was meant to rain, but it hasn't where I'm at. So this is how it's meant to be. So the blog that I'm about to read to you was published yesterday on the 16th on ECHOEZ.com.au, and it is called The Rock. If you've landed here hoping you'd be reading about Dwayne Johnson, then I'm sorry to have to do this to you, but pop. That's the sound of me bursting your Dwayne bubble. You know, I'd probably get more views if this entry was indeed about Mr. Johnson. I mean, he does seem to have much, much more followers than I do, right? And look, although this isn't about Dwayno, I'm sure he would resonate with what I'm about to write. So feel free to send it to him if you happen to know the man. And look, before I go on, I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge and thank anyone out there that took some type of action in supporting my work since listening to last week's episode about needing you. Whether you shared my work by, sharing it with your friends and your community, or whether you left feedback or donated, I really do appreciate you. Taking time, even if it is like 30 seconds from your day to show support, really does help me take a step closer to my aim and purpose. So I'm really grateful to you. Now let's slow dance right into this week's entry, shall we? Here we go. The Rock, the most precious and priceless kind you'll ever have in your lifetime, and yet you probably don't realize it, and chances are you don't show the same appreciation as you would the one on your ring finger. Supportive, reliable, and with a beating heart. This rock comes in all forms of a human, yet possesses superhuman qualities. The ones of physical, mental, and spiritual strength to stay standing and moving forward when their world and those in it are falling apart around them. There are rock mothers, rock brothers, rock friends, and rock partners. You'll also find rock sisters, rock fathers, rock grandparents, and even rock pets. We've all had or have our own rock. You know, the one person who supports and at times carries you during the toughest seasons of your life. The one whose eyes glisten with pride at seeing you do the things you love and encourages you to keep chasing that dream that no one else believes in but you. The one who listens with their heart and doesn't clip your wings when you've taken flight to destination unknown. The one who, despite their own busy schedules, will do whatever it takes to keep everyone together and thriving. And yes, you know the rock. I know you do, because your eyes just welled up thinking about who that is for you. I know mine did. These rocks in our lives are wingless angels in my eyes. My own rocks have helped me breathe deeply during suffocating periods, and I'm extremely blessed and grateful, to say the least, to have had or have such people in my life. I feel, though, that we need to look out for family and friends who we know are rocks for us and others. I'm sure you've taken on that role where you are the support for one or multiple people. I know I have. So we know how tough that can be. And although we all do it out of love and care, we all know that it can be tough and lonely at times. Even the biggest and strongest stone structures can crack under pressure, sometimes crumbling right before our eyes when we had no idea it was even under so much pressure. We all need maintenance, that special love and care that fuels the soul and feeds the heart. Sometimes I feel that men do fly under the radar quite a lot when it comes to being shown and receiving the special love and care I speak of. Rock brothers, rock fathers, rock partners, rock sons, all the rock men need to be paid attention to. Historically, men were raised not to show emotion, and although this has changed greatly throughout the years, we all know that there is something ingrained in them to be tough, no matter what. So, make the conscious decision to check in on the men in your life and take that extra step or steps to make them feel and know that they are supported, cared for, not alone, and loved. When we speak of the rock women, we speak of the life force of the planet and its creation. Every being's first ever home was a woman, the womb of its mother. These rock women in our lives are special beyond words. They offer a type of calmness and sense of security and serenity that only a home can bring. Honouring and supporting these rock women of our lives is imperative to the well-being of all who live in our family and friend units. There are times, such as a time of a woman's menstruating cycle, that her body is in a state of transformation, yet she has to keep momentum, even if she's in a state of discomfort, in order to be the rock woman I speak of. Some of you won't feel comfortable with me speaking about a woman's cycle in this example, but I feel it's important when speaking of the rock women in our lives. Women soldiers are menstruating while on the battlefield. Women doctors are saving lives while on their cycles. Mothers are bleeding while feeding their young, cooking, cleaning, and working. It's just how it goes, right? But just like we've evolved from men historically being told not to show emotion, we should also remember that we should also evolve from historically thinking that a woman on her cycle should just soldier on without a peep. I, for one, am extremely lucky to have very mild menstrual sensations on a monthly basis. But there are women who are in extreme physical pain, who vomit, who have diarrhea, migraines, just to name a few of the things, every single month. Does it have to be that way? No, but it is for many women. I know that many partners of menstruating women make it a point to know their partner's cycle dates so that they can show that extra bit of appreciation and care for her. If I, who experience minimal monthly sensations compared to many, yearn and appreciate that extra tenderness and care during my cycle, then I can only imagine how much it would mean to the rock women who go through hell every single month. And look, this includes our young ones, young rock girls who are as young as 8 and 9, who are not only already on their cycles, but sadly already also holding together a family or a household. Let's not forget that this type of support needs to flow into the later years, when our rock women enter menopause, yet again going through another body transformation. Just like Mother Earth, constantly changing, evolving and regenerating, so too is the body of the rock women in our lives. Be gentle with her. Care and show appreciation and love. So as I raise my glass to all the rocks of this beautiful planet we live in, I also honor the rocks that came before us, the ones that have paved the way for you and me to be here while being someone's rock. Thank you. And if you're a rock yourself, thank you. Thank you for being the carer or supporting your parents, partner, children, siblings, friends, work colleagues. Thank you for keeping it together, even when all you wanted to do was have a good cry in the shower. I see you, I appreciate you, and I thank you for being the rock for someone in your life. And just before I go, I want to share with you, in case you hadn't noticed, that wasn't easy for me to read for whatever reason it might be. As I sat here and turned the candle on and switched on my phone to record, I started to feel really uneasy in my belly. A sensation of that I have felt before, of anxiety. I can't quite understand why. I have a feeling because it might be because of what I was about to speak about and how it resonates with me and how it makes me feel potentially. It's potentially raised something within me that feels uncomfortable, that feels tough, that feels heavy. Maybe, I don't know. But sharing with you how I'm feeling right now is a way of expressing something that sometimes may arise for you as well. and not to feel afraid or embarrassed or scared, to acknowledge and feel. The reason I kept going and I didn't stop the recording was because I wanted to feel it, and I wanted to get to the end of this, and I wanted to, I guess, not run from it, not run from the feeling of anxiety, or not run from the feeling of something that doesn't feel potentially good. Because sometimes that's a knee-jerk reaction. We run from things that don't feel good, from things that don't sit well with us. And of course, I'm not saying we need to stay in that feeling. I'm just saying we need to breathe. Feel into it and figure out why it feels that way. And only then we can work through it. I hope you've enjoyed the silence. I hope you've enjoyed the light. And I hope you enjoyed what I spoke about. And I hope if you are a rock to someone, that you are acknowledged. And I hope if someone is a rock to you, that you acknowledge them. Remember to be kind, be great, and be you. I hope to see you back here next week. Ciao for now.